Welcome back to Panzer playthrough. This is turn 11 of delaying action at Arnage, scenario 37 from module number 4. So we're back on turn 11, and this is a pretty interesting turn that's coming up here as well. Remember from the last turn, we lost 2 Panzers to these tanks, these French tanks in the town. Lost one up here and then one over here to a H-35, which was knocked out subsequently back here. We also lost a half-track over in here as well. But in maneuvering around, we've actually got one of our Panzer IVs in behind here, and he's actually got a flank shot, a rear shot on the S-35. And then we've lined up a couple of, we've lined up a Panzer IV-D up here. If I can get him, there he is. Lined up to possibly take out the H-35 right here, as well as getting our other units moved up here as well. But we've also got to worry about down here. Another H-35 was discovered and 2 S-35s moving up to hit our flank. So with that, let's see how the action goes. So first off, all our commands are set, spotting has been verified, and we will start off with the initiative. So the German initiative, plus 20, rolls 100, plus 100 is 120, so German's going to fire first and move second. So moving along here, there's going to be no air attacks. We're up to turn 11, so anytime now I can call in that air attack potentially, but I'm kind of saving it because I'm thinking I'm going to need it over here once we get to some of these guys over here in the woods. Hopefully they can poke their heads out, and you know, we can use it for that point. So I'm trying not to use it yet, so we'll hold off there. There's no indirect fire, although we do have units that can indirect fire. These SPW 251 2s have mortars, which could potentially fire, but I'm not going to use those. Pretty much direct fire smoke for covering our advance. So moving along here, German direct fire, we've got Panzer 202 firing at S-35. So that's this guy right here. Let's just actually zoom in here just a fraction. And you can see here it's got a flank shot on the S-35, which is the top unit right there. And they will have a command check to see what they're doing. They actually roll, and they'll be firing, so they're going to be firing at other units. So they're not moving, so we've got a 70% chance of hitting that with that Panzer IV-D. And roll a 60 and just barely got it. Luckily they got it. Check the hit and location. Rolls a 9. It's a whole rear, so it's a 9 to 7 penetration. It's going to be no variable penetration rolls because the maximum is +2, so it's going to penetrate. Rolling for damage, rolls a 0, which is a bruise up. So he bruised up on there. And not sure if I think I forgot to put it on there, but the S-35 will be, no, I did put on that, will be suppressed due to the brew up. And now the 303 over here in front is going to fire at the H-35 over here. Okay, so we're checking the command of well, we didn't check the command of the H-35. Ha, okay. I think he would have been firing there as well, but yeah, a little bit of my personal fog of war. So he has a 90% chance to hit, rolls an 80. It is a hit, checking location, rolling a 2. Turret front, penetration is 10 to 8, no variable penetration, so we go straight to the damage roll. Rolls a 7, he is knocked out. So he's actually knocked out over there. Most likely he would have been firing as well. So we get the 2 French tanks in the town, which is going to be key to getting us moving along here. Hopefully we can get moving along here with our units. So next we've got is the French direct fire. Yeah, French direct fire, because everybody else has nothing to fire at now. So now the French, taking a look, if I zoom back out a little bit, is checking some ranges, and we're going to have the S-35 do a command check 202, do a command check to see if he could hit that Panzer 4D that just knocked us out, or knocked out the H-35. So he gets a fire command. So he's going to fire at the 303, target check, and just checking on there. So he's actually going to be firing at the weakest, closest unit, which is going to be this guy up here in the woods. So he's firing at the rifle unit. He's going to need a 88 or higher to be effective, 61 to 87 to be suppress. So he rolls a 43. That's going to be a miss. Okay. So now moving along here to the other S-35 over here. Looks like he can fire, but oh no, I apologize. He can't. He was just cutting the edge of this hex right here. So he's not going to be able to get the shot off against him if he could. So we're going to go to the French movement. So now the trucks are moving. They're going to be defaulted to moving because they're getting out of there. They don't want any more hanging around there. They lost their AT guns. He's also moving as well. The S-35 that was just checking the fire there, 203. He's also going to be moving up to try to get better position. So we'll move the damaged truck, and the rifle unit is going to take an overwatch shot on him. It needs a 77 to be effective, and 46 to 76 to be suppressed. Takes a shot, and he gets him suppressed. Okay. So now the S-35 is going to move down over here to get in a position where he can flank us, or fire on our flank, I should say. And our AT gun is going to move up one more hex right there for the French. And now we have the German move. So now the Germans are going to move up these tanks here. Of course, they're using road movement, so they can move all the way up there. Now we're going to get a little bit of overwatch coming on here from the H-35 down in the woods. He's going to take an overwatch shot. It's a 20% chance to hit him. Rolls a 49, that's a miss. And then the other ones move up here as well, and just, again, they're all using the movement, road movement, so pretty straightforward in terms of what the action's going to be. And then we've got more 2Cs moving up. And we're going to do a bog check on the other 2C in the woods. And he's going to move up here as well. And the 2Ds move back, just to put some more space in between there. Meanwhile, the Recon 2C moves up in the gully, using the cover as the gully to keep out of any line of fire. And then we've got our infantry deploying over here in the light woods to the center Now right over in here, oop, I don't want that one, I want the spotlight. There we go. Right over here in the woods, they're going to try to deploy to at least slow down or try to slow down some of the, or slow down the S-35s that are trying to move up and flank us. Want to try to keep the tanks moving and try to keep them away from the fire, away from direct fire from the French as much as possible. So we're going to get the infantry involved here a little bit to try to suppress them, slow them down a little bit, give some cover so our tanks can reposition. So here we got some more movement of our half tracks. Again, some moving down the roads, and our trucks moving up here as well into the town. And we've got our other half tracks moving up here as well, getting in position behind those trees so they can't be hit. And then of course the two SPW 251-2s are moving up here as well, behind the trees. We've got some good cover between this line of trees here and this clump of light woods here, blocking line of sight. This is still fairly open for us from the H-35 fire, as well as now from the S-35 down here. Actually, let me get my pencil going here, and you can see basically they can fire up into there, they can fire up into there, and they can fire over in here. So this area is pretty bad for getting through. So I've got to race them across, use the road movement as much as possible to get them going across there. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm also trying to get over behind here as well in this area, right over in, oh, I hit the wrong one again. Right over in here, because potentially they can get and flank around to see what these guys are over in here. So that's my positioning at this point. I'd still like to advance up the road, but I'm worried how open this area is to fire down below from the flanking French. So got some more movement here of infantry. And now we move on to the adjustment phase. So I've got all the infantry moved, and the tanks moved up in a fairly good position. Still, as I highlighted before, some vulnerable spots, but in a good position. So now we adjust turrets, adding a couple of turrets on here, turret adjustment, just to face the right direction. And then I got rid of suppression. There wasn't any suppression, so I didn't have to get rid of those, and smoke within there. So that brings us to the end of turn 11. A little bit more of an advance. We got rid of those French tanks in the town, and just need to make sure we can hold the town as well as get units beyond, particularly over to this side of the town, and discover what these units are. I still would like to advance up the road for rapid advance and get some units off to try to get the bonus before turn 17 ends on there. But we'll see how it goes. These French units are pretty tough, and we've got some hidden ones over here as well. So that's the end of turn 11. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on the next one.